And I'm live. It's about the middle of July. I was looking through my old journals, some of my old material, and some things I wanted to bring up. Some good basic ideas, facts, and inspirations that we have forgotten for a while, but I want to bring them to the forefront. So many times we forget about what happened 5, 10 years ago in details, but it's good to have a journal or something you can write it down in and you can remember later on. And then you can share it with others, or if it's just personal, you can just with yourself. Well, anyways, this journal it's a journal of Rumi, the poetry of Rumi. It's called the Journal of the Poetry of Rumi. It says every object, every being is a jar full of delight. Be a connoisseur. It says just a little bit of background on Rumi. Rumi is the 13th century Sufi mystic whose ability to open the heart so dissolved the boundaries of religion that he made human friendship and the longing to merge with the source one thing. His spontaneously spoken poetry celebrates the sacredness of everyday life and gives voice to the soul's deepest mysteries. I love this. It says, keep knocking, and the joy inside will eventually open a window, and then look to see who's there. And you'll find it's right here. You are the joy that you're looking for. You are the gift that you're seeking. It's within you. It is you. I'm going to read from the poetry of Rumi. Though we seem to be sleeping, there's an inner wakefulness that directs the dream, and that will eventually startle us back to the truths of who we are. Wow. I got this in 2001, so it's about over 20 years ago. I still have this journal in the library, so it's valuable. Augmentino says, to you from God, from the God memorandum, remember these 4 laws of happiness and success. Count your blessings, proclaim your rarity, go another mile, and use wisely your power of choice. And Augmentino says, remember always that you are the greatest miracle in the world. Being alive is a miracle. Being here now is a miracle. To put things in perspective, despite the challenges, the hardships, you are a miraculous being. We are all miracles on planet Earth. I wrote down 20 years ago, these are some of the books that I recommended 20 years ago when I was about 23 years old, 22, 23 years old. And I was already building my library, reading. I'm still at it 20 years later at age 40, 41. But these are some of the books I was drinking deeply about, and I wrote down here that I recommend. 1, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Number 2, Living, Loving, Learning by Leo Buscaglia. Number 3, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Number 4, The Greatest Salesman in the World by Augmentino. Number 5, Wisdom of the Ages with Wayne Dyer. Number 6, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Number 7, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Betcher. Number 8, the title called Love by Leo Buscaglia. 9, of course, the classic always by Master, The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Number 10, You Can Heal Your Life, which is a classic as well by Louise Hay. I highly recommend it. There's some great affirmations in there from You Can Heal Your Body, You Can Heal Your Life. Louise Hay has some really good affirmations in her books. I highly recommend her books. Number 11, The Greatest Miracle in the World. Number 12, from Augmentino again, The Greatest Secret in the World. Number 13, Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, which is a basic management book about finances, which I recommend everyone to read. Rich Kid, Smart Kid by Robert Kiyosaki. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar, one of the foremost motivational speakers in the world. Think and Grow Rich, of course, by Napoleon Hill, which was written in 1937. That's a classic that I'm still reading, and it goes over the 13 principles of success, reviewed over the 20 years of history of interviews that Hill conducted over his years, from Edison to Ford to Carnegie to Rockefeller. The autobiography of Thomas Edison, the biography of Michael Jordan, For the Love of the Game. Barry White's Love Unlimited autobiography. John Gray's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Continuing on now with Rumi's poetry. Observe the wonders as they occur around you. Don't claim them. Feel the artistry moving through and be silent. These are a few notes to ponder. Harlan Sanders was rejected over 1,009 times, 1,009 no's, before they accepted his idea of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And he started at the age of 65. So those who don't think that you're too old to start a business, or remember, Colonel Sanders started at age 65. Tell a story about rags to riches by a guy named Harlan Sanders. Walt Disney was rejected over 350 times, 350 no's, before they accepted his idea of Disneyland. Remember, a reporter asked Walt's brother after he was no longer here. Said, too bad Walt wasn't here to see it alive. His brother said, Walt saw it first. That's why you see it. He was a rare visionary, and he persisted until he succeeded. Edison failed 10,000 times before creating the light bulb. He said, I'm not discouraged. For every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. He didn't consider the failures. He considered the attempts to create the light bulb. He didn't listen to all the negative stimuli from the other people and what the other people said, the haters, the naysayers. He didn't listen to them. He kept the mind silently blocked against all minds that said he couldn't be done. And he continued. Amazing fact, Thomas Edison would only get 1 to 2 hours of sleep a day, and that's how much he was in that spiritual infinity, in that light of energy. He just was unstoppable. Sylvester Stallone was rejected by over 1,000 agents. Nobody thought his ideas were valid. You go decide for yourself. Let's see. Oh, he did some Rocky movies, Rambo, but he was rejected over 1,000 times. Who would have put up with 1,000 no's? Very few. That's why there's only one Sylvester Stallone. Jim Carrey grew up in a trailer park home and was broke, could barely put food on his table. He worked on his comedy skills and worked on a very long hours. Now he has made it from In Living Color to Ace Ventura to The Mask and on, and he's paid $20 million per picture. Inspiring. Michael Jordan was a cut from his high school basketball team, and he regrouped, perfected his skills, hit the game-winning shot in 1982 in the NCAA tournament against Georgetown, leading North Carolina to the championship in March Madness, the college tournament held every year. Rumi says, this is not a day for asking questions, not a day on my calendar. This day is conscious of itself. This day is a lover of bread and gentleness, more manifest than saying can say. Rumi says, why do you stay in a prison when the door is so wide open? Rumi said, let the waters settle and you'll find stars and moon mirrored in your own being. What is love? Gratitude. What is hidden in our chests? Laughter. What else? Compassion. It's not long. It's not how long we live. It's how you live. It's not the quantity. It's the quality of life that counts. How do you live your day each day? Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. But what can stay hidden? Love's secret is always lifting its head out from under the covers. Here I am. This is a quote from William Blake, the poet William Blake. He says, "To see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, to hold eternity in the palm of your hand, and infinity in an hour. We are led to believe a lie when we see with, not through the eye, which was born in the night to perish in the night, while the soul slept in beams of light." That's also one of Wayne Dyer's favorite quotes. Rumi says, "We are the unconditioned spirit trapped in conditions." This is a quote what Deepak Chopra says about a reference to Rumi. Deepak Chopra says this about Rumi. The fact that the real you and me cannot be squeezed into the volume of a body or the span of a lifetime, the freedom to escape the boundaries of space and time, there is a part of us that is free as the wind and beyond. Free as the dust, free as the wind and the wind. Rumi once said, in love with life, my soul is the subtlest of passions, lives like a gypsy, each day a different house, each night under the stars. That was quoted from the DVD Way of the Wizard, which is an excellent book from Deepak Chopra, but I recommend you reading as well. The Way of the Wizard, the 21 spiritual lessons to creating what you want. Rumi says this about his death. He says, my death is my wedding with eternity. Someone asked Rumi, who are you? And Rumi responded, if you try to label me and confine me with your labels, you will starve yourself. You will starve yourself of yourself. Confine me in a box with the cold words, and that box will be your coffin. Because I do not know who I am. Because I am an astounding lucid confusion. I am your own voice echoing on the walls of God. The walls of God that are infinite and boundless. Behold the body, born of dust, how perfect it has become. Why should you fear its end? When were you ever made less by dying? When you pass beyond this human form, no doubt that you'll become an angel and soar to the heavens. But don't stop there. Even heavenly bodies grow old, pass through the heavenly realm, plunge into the vast oceans of consciousness. Let the drop of water that if you become 100 mighty seas, but do not think the drop alone becomes the ocean. The ocean too becomes the drop. Rumi. Wherever you are, in every circumstance, be a lover, be a passionate lover. Once you have possessed love, you will remain a lover in the tomb on the day of resurrection, in paradise and forever. And if you have not been a lover, count not your life as lived. On the day of reckoning, it will not be counted. Rumi. This is a quote from Thoreau from Walden. Henry David Thoreau says, advance confidently in the direction of your dreams and that you have imagined, and you'll meet with success unexpected in common hours. Advance confidently in the direction of your dreams that you have imagined, and you'll meet with success unexpected in common hours. That's another Wayne Dyer quote that he often quoted for reaching your success and happiness and fulfillment in life. Namaste. The meaning namaste. This is from Leo Buscaglia's audio, Living, Loving, and Learning. He said, I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place in you where lies your love, light, and truth, and uniqueness and your peace. I honor the place in you where if you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, then there is only one of us. Namaste. We are one. What is life all about? Life is all about transcending consciousness, and all consciousness is one. We are all one. Unity consciousness. Religion divides, spirituality unites. Namaste. God bless you.